Have you ever wondered how everything began? Not just life on Earth, not just our solar system, but absolutely everything. The galaxies, the stars, the planets, even space and time themselves. Scientists believe that the universe started about 13.8 billion years ago in an event so immense that it reshaped existence itself. We call this event the Big Bang. But here's the curious part. Despite the dramatic name, there was no actual explosion like a bomb going off in space. So why do we call it the Big Bang? The answer takes us through astronomy, scientific debates, and even a bit of accidental humor. Let's explore right here on History of Simple Things. The phrase Big Bang actually started as a joke, or at least as a sarcastic remark. In 1949, British astronomer Fred Hoyle was giving a radio broadcast on the BBC where he discussed competing theories about how the universe began. Hoyle supported the steady-state theory, which proposed that the universe had always existed and was constantly creating new matter as it expanded. To contrast this idea with the rival theory that the universe began from a single starting point, Hoyle referred to it dismissively as this Big Bang idea. Ironically, the name stuck. Even though Hoyle intended it somewhat mockingly, the phrase perfectly captured people's imagination. To understand why scientists believe the universe had a beginning at all, we need to go back earlier in the 20th century. In 1927, a Belgian priest and physicist named Georges Lemaire proposed that the universe began from what he called a primeval atom. According to his theory, everything in the universe was once compressed into an incredibly hot and dense point. Then, this tiny but immensely powerful state expanded outward, eventually forming galaxies, stars, and planets. At the time, the idea sounded strange, even radical. Many scientists believed the universe was eternal and unchanging. Then came an important discovery that helped change minds. In 1929, American astronomer Edwin Hubble observed that distant galaxies were moving away from us. Not only that, but the farther away a galaxy was, the faster it seemed to be receding. This observation suggested something remarkable. The universe itself was expanding. If galaxies are moving away from each other today, that means in the past, they must have been closer together. Go back far enough, and everything would have been squeezed into a much smaller space. This realization strongly supported the idea that the universe had a beginning, a moment when everything started expanding. However, the term Big Bang can be misleading because it makes it sound like an explosion in space. In reality, the Big Bang was not an explosion inside the universe. Instead, it was an expansion of space itself. Imagine dots drawn on the surface of a balloon. As the balloon inflates, the dots move farther apart, not because they are flying away through space, but because the surface itself is stretching. Similarly, during the Big Bang, space expanded everywhere at once. Another important piece of evidence appeared in 1965 when scientists Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson accidentally discovered a faint microwave radiation coming from every direction in the sky. This radiation is known as the cosmic microwave background, and it is essentially the leftover heat from the early universe. Think of it as the fading echo of the universe's fiery beginning. This discovery strongly confirmed the Big Bang theory and helped make it the leading explanation for how the universe began. Despite its name, the Big Bang was not a loud explosion and did not occur at a specific location in space. In fact, there was no outside of the universe where it exploded into. Instead, space itself expanded from an extremely hot and dense state. In the earliest moments, the universe was so hot that even atoms could not exist. As it expanded and cooled, particles formed, then atoms, and eventually stars and galaxies billions of years later. Everything we see today, from the Milky Way galaxy to the atoms in your body, traces its origins back to those first moments. The name Big Bang also contributes to a common misunderstanding that the universe started from nothing in a single instant, like a sudden blast. Scientists are still investigating exactly what happened at the very beginning. The earliest fraction of a second after the Big Bang remains one of the greatest mysteries in cosmology. Some theories suggest that the universe underwent a period of incredibly rapid expansion called inflation, while others explore ideas about quantum fluctuations or even multiple universes. While the details are still debated, the Big Bang model remains the best explanation for the evidence we observe. What makes the story even more fascinating is that the Big Bang theory is supported by several independent lines of evidence. The expansion of galaxies, the cosmic microwave background radiation, and the abundance of light elements such as hydrogen and helium all point to a universe that began in a hot, dense state and has been expanding ever since. Over decades of research, these clues have built a powerful case for the theory. In the end, the reason it is called the Big Bang has less to do with what actually happened and more to do with how humans describe big ideas. The phrase, coined almost casually during a radio broadcast, captured the imagination of both scientists and the public. Even though it's not technically an explosion, the name evokes the dramatic moment when the universe began its journey toward becoming the vast cosmos we see today. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember that every star, galaxy, and planet is part of a story that began nearly 14 billion years ago. The name Big Bang may not perfectly describe the event, but it reminds us of something profound. The universe had a beginning, and we are living in the aftermath of that incredible cosmic moment. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.